Hey, it's Cobra here at MaddenGuides.com, and for this Madden 21 Blitz Tips video breakdown, want to show you what I'm going to call triple threat pressure. And what this Blitz video breakdown is going to be about is showing you how to get three defenders to go after the quarterback on the same play and from three different areas of the field. So you're going to end up getting two defenders that are going to blitz off the edges, and then you're going to get one defender that we're going to control who's going to bring it up the middle. So I'm going to show that to you how to do it here in just a second. Before I do that, let's go look at this real quick, and I want to show you guys something. And this is the Madden Guides website, so MaddenGuides.com. I want to show you something that some of you guys may not know. For you guys who are watching the video breakdowns, I'm going to point this out to you so it's something that you guys can look at if you guys want to. I know a lot of you guys are looking for some quick setups that I do on the video breakdowns because sometimes I'm pretty lengthy. And you guys may not know that they're here. So if you go to the Madden Guides website, a lot of times in the breakdowns, I'll post a URL in the just below the description, and it'll show you the actual breakdown of the play. And you can see all the information right there, including the video itself. So right there, I show you guys the the play diagram, what playbooks it's in. Right here, as we go back up here, you can see that you'll end up having it showing you, basically the blitz itself or the defense. It shows you the formation set, personnel coverage type, blitz type, pass rushers, pass defenders. Then it's got playbooks found in. It shows you this as well. You guys can see all the playbooks that would be on. Now keep in mind this is based on the Madden 21 default playbooks. And then we got the defense assignments, and then it shows you all the defense assignments right here, all broken down for you. And then the quick setup. So for a lot of you guys who are watching the videos, if you're just wanting to get into the play and not going through the whole video breakdown, then you can see right there as you look at it, that's basically the breakdown right there as far as the setups go. They're right there for you. And I'll give you guys some coaching points and just kind of show you where the pressure is supposed to come from and just kind of give you a little bit of a breakdown. Of course, the video breakdown as well is at the bottom. So if you want to watch the video, once you go through all that, you can. And then some final thoughts of the particular defense. So I just want to point that out to you guys that it's not only for defense, obviously for offense. And then if you look at the MaddenGuides.com website, you can see there's a lot more information as well as you look at it, all the different things I've posted over the last year and a half that I've done with this website. Now keep in mind, this website's been around since 2001, and obviously it doesn't have all that older content that I once had. But at any rate, if you guys want to check that out, please do so. But let's go ahead and get into the video here because I know that's what you guys came for. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and look at the diagram that we're going to use as far as how the play that we're going to use here. And the defense that you're going to see here that we're going to use as we go through the breakdown is actually going to end up being the mid blitz is what we're going to end up showing here out of the nickel 2-4-5 double A gap is what we're going to end up using. So let's go here and look at that on the play call screen here. So this is the defense that we're going to use. As you can see here, I'll get to the screen here onto the play call screen so you can actually see it. And then what we're going to do this is from the Cleveland Browns playbook on the defensive side of the ball, and right there is the double A gap. And I know a lot of you guys are probably already familiar. I know I've done a breakdown of this one already, but I'm going to show you another setup that allow you to get that triple threat pressure that I mentioned. So again, it's the mid blitzes that we're going to run on the defensive side of the ball. On the offensive side of the ball, I'm just going to pick a play. Just know that I'm going to send everybody out. But the cool thing about this one, you should still get pressure regardless, even if the back stays in. It will change up a little bit of the as far as the blocking goes and all that. But at any rate, what I want to show you is how to go ahead and get this set up. All right, so what I want you guys to focus in on as you're looking at this one, what we're going to focus in on is going to be the linebacker here. I'm going to show you something about this linebacker, and that's why I'm going to go ahead and show this to you and what will happen with this particular breakdown. So here's the linebacker that's lined up right here. And you can see that he's in the gap. And then you also got this linebacker right here. I'm going to go ahead and run the blitz and not do anything at all. And I want you guys to see, you guys already probably noticed you're going to get some edge pressure coming off the edge from the right side of the offensive line. Also, if you got an X factor, which is over here. So for example, if you've got Garrett over here at the right end position, a lot of times he'll get in as well from both sides. So there's your pressure right there that you're going to get from two different guys for sure off the edge. You're going to get possibly from the X factor if you have that. And then as you look at it, you're going to get pressure from this guy right here as well. If you go with this setup right here, this is the basic setup on the mid blitz. Now, what about getting pressure as well from a third guy so we get the triple threat pressure that I was talking about? All right, this is where we have to do some stuff real quick. And this is something that I haven't really paid attention all that much to. And I really haven't even heard it all that talked about all that much. But, you know, I was going around messing around here. And this was something that I kind of didn't really ever pay attention to too much. So if you go into the depth chart and you go up here where it says sub LB, so if you're looking at your screen here, and you can see right here, I'm going to go ahead and show you right here. This guy right here, I can't even pronounce his name, but he's the number 2 guy on the depth chart. And that's the guy that I'm in control of right now. If you were to go back into the video and look at it, this is the guy I'm in control of. Now, what I want to show you is something on here that makes this defense interesting. And I want to look at this. This is right here. He's got a change of direction of a 73. Well, that's not what I'm looking for here. As you guys know, this year in the game, they put the change of direction to try to kind of limit the way we're in control of defender, especially when we're trying to manually defend, the underneath routes and stuff like that, and trying to make it a little bit more difficult. Now, he's also got 85 speed, which isn't bad for a linebacker. It's pretty good. But here's the cool thing about this is if you sub him in for a safety, and I'm going to go all the way down here, down to the bottom, down here towards the bottom, and this guy right here, Sheldrick Redwine, now he's only a 67 overall, but that's fine because if you look at it, he's got this 90 speed rating, so he's probably the fastest safety they got. I'm pretty sure he is the fastest one that the Browns have. Now, his change of direction isn't as, maybe not as good as I would like it to be, but it's still better than the linebacker one I just had, and he's got an 81. Now, if you were to go through the Browns playbook or through their depth chart, you'll find they've got some other guys. They've got this guy, 84. You know, they got a couple other guys that are pretty high up on there as far as their change of direction. So you consider those guys if you wanted to. For example, this is the other one I wanted to show. This is Mofat. I was using him as well. He has an 85, but his speed rating isn't nearly as fast as Redwine. So I would suggest going with Redwine if you're using the Browns, but you can certainly use the other guy if you wanted to. So I want to go ahead and sub this linebacker out, and then I'm going to bring in Redwine. Hopefully I got him switched around there like I wanted to. Let me go back up here again. Sorry about that, guys. So we're going to switch him out for this guy right here, and then let's see if he's in there. So now he's at the number 2 spot. Now, if you wanted to, you could put 2 safeties in here at the linebacker spots, and then you would end up having something along the lines like 4-7. So you'd have 4 defensive linemen, and then you would have basically 7 defensive backs. Or you could go something like you have the 2 outside defensive ends, you turn them into linebackers, and then you could literally have a 2-2-7 if you want to. You can do some crazy different things if you wanted to by doing this. So I'm going to go with Redwine right here. Now keep in mind, if you do this, I want to show this to you real quick. Let's go ahead and get out of this real quick. And this is what will happen when you do this. When you make that sub that I just did, then if you do this, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in because I want to show this to you guys. This guy right here is now, that safety is now here at the linebacker position, at the left outside linebacker position, or right outside, wherever it might be that I put him at. So he's going to be right here at any rate. That's where you're going to find him at. And this is in the nickel normal. And then if you were to go throughout here, you're going to find that in the wide, he's right here. And then in the double A gap, he's going to be lined up right here as well. So what you might have to do when you do this is you're going to have to go ahead and sub him. You're going to have to go ahead and sub him and the other guys that you would want in that position. So just keep that in mind. Now, what it doesn't do is it does not affect like the base formations, as you can see on your screen. It doesn't affect the base formation, but what it does on the nickel formations, it does affect it. So you can get a safety in there in that A-gap spot, and I'm going to show you why you want that here in just a second. All right, so let's get back into the play call screen here and back into the double A-gap formation, and let's get back to the mid-blitz, and let's go into that on the offensive side of the ball. I think I'm going to go ahead and run this against the trio, and I'm just going to go ahead and pick the very first play, which is called scat. So there that is right there. I'm going to go ahead and show you the play right there. There's the play. Now, obviously, one of the things with this particular setup here is you've got some coverage issues a little bit because you got cover zero defense, as you can see on your screen. You don't have any defenders playing the deep coverage. And also, if you look at it, you're going to find that this linebacker right here, or excuse me, not this linebacker, but this safety here, he's in man coverage on the running back way down there. And that's kind of a downside of that. So just keep that in mind if you decide to do this, that you're going to have, some maybe a little bit of coverage issues, and you might have to make some adjustments accordingly to go ahead and certainly to go ahead and, make the coverage a little bit better. So what I am going to show you, just going to show you guys the setup here. So let's go back into this. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and crash the defensive line and slant them to the, we're going to slant them to the right. Just go ahead and look at it on your screen there. You can see right there. And then we are going to be in control of that safety that I talked about earlier. So you can see on your screen I'm clearly in control of them. And then what I'm going to do is before the snap, I'm actually holding down the speed burst button on my controller. So for you guys who are not familiar with that, it's going to be, if you look at it right here on your stick, as far as on the controller, what you're going to have is it's actually going to be this one right here. It's going to be your right trigger as you're looking at it. So it'll be the right trigger right there. You want to go ahead and hold that down. And then this is before the snap. And then I'm going to go ahead and snap the ball. And I want you guys to watch what will happen here as we do this. What I'm going to show you what will happen, it should anyways, we should get pressure from this guy. Hopefully, we'll get it from right here, from our X factor. And then what I'm going to do is if I run this, I'm actually going to take my guy and I'm going to have him go out this direction here. And there should be a gap, a B gap, where I can shoot him through here manually. So let's go ahead and watch this. Now watch as we do this. Hopefully Myles Garrett will get that pressure coming off the edge too as well. That's what I'm hoping for here. So let's go ahead and run this. And I got caught up a little bit there. We did get the pressure from the edge, but that's not what I want to show you. Let's go and do it again. Same thing. Sometimes I'll get caught up with this when I do this. And all you're doing is looping him around. Yeah, we got caught up again. Let's do it one more time here. I promise you guys this, as I said before, one of the things with me is my stick isn't quite as good as I used to be with it, but I can definitely make this work. There we go. There's the pressure right there. So you can see right there, if we go in instant replay, we got the triple threat pressure that I was talking about. Now, it took me a couple times, but again, I'm a little bit slower on the trigger than what some of you younger ones might be out there who can do this a lot better than I can. So again, I'm holding down that right trigger. I'm going out to the outside. And this was the gap I was talking about. As you look at it, you can see there's a pretty big gap in between right here. And that's what I'm looking for. And then as long as we get that gap, I'll be able to shoot through it myself as I'm manually controlling them. Remember, the change of direction and that speed all comes into play. And then as you watch the rest of the video here, you can see that we get the triple, what I was talking about earlier. We end up getting the triple threat pressure here. As you look at all three of these defenders are getting pressure. Now, I will tell you this. Sometimes it doesn't come from those three. It might come from somebody else. You might get another combination of three different guys coming in. It all really depends. So let me go and do the same thing again. I'm going to go ahead and crash the defense to the right. And then I'm going to go, I got caught up again. Now that one, they got the outside pressure there. And I still actually got my guy in eventually. Let's do it again one more time here. Not quite what I wanted to do, but it's definitely there. It's just a matter of making it work. There he goes again, same thing. You got that triple threat. You get basically got this triple threat. I know the Garrett was a little bit late getting in there, but it's definitely there. It's just a matter of if you can get in there fast enough. There we go again, same thing. So I'm getting a little more consistent with it the more I kind of been messing around with it. Let's go and do it one more time here. Now I want to show you one other thing you guys can do here. Now what I've been showing you is I've been going this way and then I'm hitting that gap right here. If you want to, you can go all the way to the outside. And then you can have pressure coming from the outside from that guy, the one you're in control of, plus possibly from Garrett as well from your X factor. So let's do it again, same thing. And there we go right there. And you can see right there. And that one it actually ended up getting four guys in. And that's what I was kind of mentioning earlier. It could come from a variety of different things that might happen on it. But you definitely can get some pressure with this defense. And it's just a matter of the stick control. There we go right there. We get those guys this time. We get four guys coming. One of the guys is broke loose. Not one of the non-X factors right there. Let's run it one more time. And I do want to show you one last thing with it. So let's go back in here one more time. So we're going to go ahead and crash the defensive line. We're going to go ahead and call press coverage this time, which you certainly can do if you want. And then we're just going to shoot out here and then we're going to try to get that pressure. So if you want to, once you get him through that gap, you can switch to go to another defender if you feel like you want to do that, which is I've been doing pretty much every time I've been doing this. But you can definitely do it if you want, or you can stay in control of them. There, I got caught up again. Now, once in a while, I'll get caught up, and that's only because I didn't make that slant to the right like I was trying to do there. Let's do the same thing again. So we got the slant to the right, and then I got to go left, and then I can come up here. That time I stayed in control of them. I get that same pressure. So hopefully, guys, this is the video that will be able to help you guys out as far as applying pressure on a quarterback. I do want to go back in the instant replay because I want to show you one other thing with this particular setup and something want you guys to know. If the back was to go out to the backfield or to tight end, so let's go and rewind it just a little bit. And keep in mind, like I said, this is cover 0. Say this tight end was to run a corner route and you had the running back maybe going out in here. I mean, the quarterback's going to find somebody open if he can get it off fast enough. And these guys are probably going to be open. And with all the bump and run beaters out there, the man press beaters that you see in the game, you got to be really, really careful when you run this because if you could get burnt for it. But, it is what it is. So this is definitely a defense you can bring some pressure on the quarterback pretty darn quick, manual pressure. Plus you get 2 other guys getting pressure off the edge, which is really nice. So you get 3 defenders coming in, applying pressure on the quarterback, which makes it really nice as far as getting to the quarterback. So again, this one is called triple threat pressure. It's one of the blitz tips I've been trying to show here at MaddenGuides.com, and I hope you guys enjoy the video breakdown.